You know what? I don't care who is in the net for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Leafs come away with the 4-3 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. Like I said, doesn't matter who's in net. You get a win on the road in Pittsburgh. It's huge, especially since the first half of a back-to-back, you come home to play the Oilers tomorrow night. And this was just a great game. The Leafs, we haven't seen as of late, they come out firing. I mean, lately we've seen the Leafs go down early and try to come back. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. You look at the Vancouver game, they got down 2-0 early and they couldn't claw back. In other games, they could. But today, they came out firing right from the get-go. And you look at the first 10-15 minutes, the Leafs were all over the Penguins. Let's start at a minute 23 into the game. Connor Brown scores his 9th goal of the season. Morgan Rielly, Ron Hainsey grab assist. It's a 1-0 lead with a minute under 2 minutes into the game. Now, it's 1-0. The Pittsburgh Penguins are a team that can score. Crosby, Kessel, Malkin, Gensel, Chris Letang, anybody else you want to throw in there, Connor Sheary, you can throw anybody else in there. 1-0 is not enough. And I think James Van Riemsdyk knew that. Scramble in front of the net, I think it was Mitch Marner goes around the back of the net, kind of puck's just hanging around in front, pops out to James Van Riemsdyk, who's standing right there. Puck lands on his stick. He pots it into the net as I think it was Tristan Jarry was diving across to try and make the save. Can't make the save, however. James Van Riemsdyk, 14 goals. This guy's on pace to crush 30 on the season. I think his career best is 30 or 32. It's in that range somewhere. And the Leafs lead 2-0 under 2 minutes into the game. Mitch Marner and Tyler Bozak grab assists on that goal. I mean, we saw last year the JVR Bozak-Marner line. That was like the line that drove this team all last year. Nothing really changed with that line all last year. And this year it's kind of been like a jumbled mismatch. However, you saw it in this game. They stuck together and they got the job done. Great to see. However, again, it's still early and it's only a 2-0 game. Anybody can come back from that. The Leafs do an all right job clearing the puck out of their end as the Pittsburgh Penguins try and they really put some pressure on after those 2 goals. However, Tyler Bozak banged in his 5th goal of the season. This play was a weird one. This is the play that you can say, well, it was Tristan Jarry's fault. Because Mitch Marner fires the puck on net. He kind of bobbles it. Now, if you say Matt Murray, yeah, he probably would have had that and froze it for a face-off. But instead, Jarry kind of bobbles it. Bozak's right on the doorstep, ready to pounce on the rebound. He gets a couple whacks at it and eventually bangs it home for his 5th goal of the season. Like I said, Mitch Marner, Roman Polak grabs a secondary assist on that play. It's 3-0 Leafs, less than 15 minutes into the game. However, you can't sit back. This team can strike fast. The great news about that, though, the Leafs are up 3-0 at the end of the first period. They don't allow that late goal, as we're kind of used to seeing over the last couple of years, for that matter. The Leafs get a good lead, then they allow one late goal, and things start to crumble after that. But they don't in this game, and you go into the second period up 3-0. Now, for most of the period, it's kind of back and forth. Nothing really happens, really, until under 5 minutes to go in that second period, Morgan Rielly, I think it was Ron Hainsey, was backing up, obviously trying to defend. Morgan Rielly gets his stick caught in somebody's shoulder, and they hold on to his stick. It's clear as day. You look at the replay, and it's like clear holding penalty. If the referees had to redo that, it's clear as day that there was a holding penalty for Morgan Rielly. However, play on. Rielly doesn't have a stick. And it's a 2-on-1. And Simon makes a great pass to Riley Sheahan with a knuckling puck on Freddie Anderson. Fires it home, his 3rd goal of the season. And it is a 3-1 hockey game. Now, still a 2-goal lead, But you can't sit back because, like I said, this team can strike fast. And the team kind of settles back. They take a penalty. And on that power play, with about 3 minutes to go in the period, crazy scramble in front, puck hits the post, and it eventually gets back to the point. Geno Malkin fires the puck on net. You know what? As much as I don't like Malkin, he fires the puck, and it was in a perfect shot. Top corner. Freddie Anderson wasn't ready for it, and it's a 3-2 game. In the second period, with still a couple minutes to go. And at that point, we're like, oh, God, these Leafs blowing leads. It kind of reminds us a lot of last year. But some magic happens. Not even 30 seconds later, Jake Gardiner fires a puck on net. Tyler Bozak with a little redirection. It wasn't a lot. He didn't get a lot of the puck, but it was enough. It was enough to screw up the eyesight of the goalie who came into the game, because Tristan Jarry left the game after the first period. I think it was Casey DeSmith, and it was enough of a tip to screw up the timing of the goaltender, and it goes into the back of net to regain that 2-goal lead heading into the third period, and that is huge. Because you had a 3-0 lead, you give up 2 to make it a 3-2 game, but instead of going into the intermission, only being up 1 instead of 3, you get that one of those 2 back, and you have a 2-goal lead heading into the third period. It's more breathing room. However, it's not over yet. And clearly, the Pittsburgh Penguins showed that they fight. No matter who's in net, they fight. And they did so as Sidney Crosby, with under 3 minutes to go, scores his 13th goal of the season, making it a 4-3 game. And with 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the game, all Leaf fans are like, oh boy, this is going to be the longest 2 minutes and 48 seconds of the season, as it's just going to grind out. Pittsburgh's going to be firing everything at the net, and they do. But Freddie Anderson and the defense and the team out there really gets the job done. They hold the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they keep the puck on the wall, on the boards, whatever you want to call it. Late in that game, with 10 seconds to go, the puck was on the boards the entire time, not letting them get a quick shot and a deflection and a rebound, all that kind of stuff. Great job by the Leafs to shut that down, and you get 2 points. Great job by the boys. They've won 2 in a row now, 19-10-1 on the season. Now, you play on a back-to-back. All right, so the Edmonton Oilers are playing tomorrow at the Air Canada Centre, so the Leafs travel home to take on the Edmonton Oilers at the Air Canada Centre. Curtis McElhinney probably getting the start today. Freddie Anderson had quite a bit of work in this one. 3 goals on 36 shots. Again, another pretty solid performance overall by Freddie. And McElhinney in net for us, and it looks like Nick Ellis is expected to be for the Edmonton Oilers, as obviously Cam Talbot is not ready to go yet, and they did play today. And you know what? As much as I want to beat the Edmonton Oilers today, I want to thank the Edmonton Oilers for a 6-2 whomping over the Montreal Canadiens. I love it. You know, Montreal Canadiens make me laugh. Carey Price not playing well. Here comes Charlie Lindgren. And Carey Price gets hurt. Oh, Carey's useless. You know, let's trade him. Let's get him out of here. He comes back to go 5-0. Oh, we love this guy. He's so good. Now they've lost 3 in a row. Oh, let's trade him again. He's useless. It's funny. It's hilarious. 6-2 Montreal loss. Leafs win in regulation. Nothing but great news. And if I'm not mistaken, Ottawa's losing 5-0 at the end of the... Well, game's over. End of the third period. 5-0 San Jose over the Ottawa Senators. They're on their West Coast road trip. Leafs get the win. Sens lose. I mean, what happened with Tampa Bay? They won in overtime. But, I mean, you know what? Montreal lost. Ottawa lost. Let's be happy about that, all right? So the next game for the Leafs, like we said, Nick Ellis, Curtis McElhinney, tomorrow night at the Air Canada Centre, 7 p.m. puck drop, all right? So, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed this game, because, you know, it was a nail-biter, because even with a 3-0 lead, you're still facing the Pittsburgh Penguins. You can't sit back. The Leafs did a little bit. They saw what could happen, and they were able to kind of like hold the fort just enough to get the win. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What'd you guys think of the game? I want to know what you guys thought. Who impressed you? Who did not? I thought that Bozak JVR Marner line, I thought was fantastic in this game. Offensively, I thought they were all right defensively in this one as well. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys Raptors edition. It'll be, I think it was Monday night. No, excuse me, Sunday. It's only for the Sacramento game. 3:30 tip-off. That is tomorrow. I'm hoping the video will come out to you guys straight after the game. If not, it'll be a little bit later on. It'll be kind of about earlier than this time, maybe at 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Just giving you guys the heads up right now so you guys don't say, oh, where's the video and all that kind of stuff. Leafs edition tomorrow night, 7 o'clock puck drop there. Kind of the same thing there. If I can get the video out to you guys, I will. If not, about 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Leafs, Oilers. Leafs look for 3 straight wins and go 20-10, and I think it's 2 on the season. But you know they're having one heck of a season so far, but they can't let off the gas. 20-10-1, they're looking to go on the season. Got to keep rolling. You beat Pittsburgh. Enjoy it for now. Tomorrow, focus on Edmonton. We'll talk to you guys then.